This is the 2026 Honda Passport TrailSport Elite S. And I showed that information on the window sticker because I've had people tell me, don't call it an Elite S, that's not what it is. They haven't seen the window sticker, have they? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. We're at Holmes Honda today in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're gonna go over this ash green with black interior Honda Passport and give you all of the important details and let you know why this is something you should consider. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. On the front end, everything is LED. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. The flickering effect is not really happening. My GoPro just makes it look that way for people who might ask. That question does come up. LED fog lights will be down here. LED turn signal indicators. We're gonna have our Passport logo stamped here into the front end, as you can see with the ash green exterior color, TrailSport logo. Now, if you don't know, no, this is not a functional scoop of some sort. It looks nice, but it's not actually functional. We will find the orange recovery hooks here and a couple of different finishes on the front end. I like that in this lower area, nothing has a gloss finish. That's good for the longevity of everything holding up and looking nice, because you're gonna obviously have rocks and little things coming up as you drive down the road. It's just part of the experience, but the damage that it might cause, as minor as it may be, doesn't show with those types of finishes. All-wheel drive is going to be standard across all trim levels of the Passport. Not anything new, but that is what we have here. 18-inch wheels. We will also have a spare tire. We're going to have our heated power adjustable side view mirrors with turn signal indicators built in. Going to have blind spot monitoring right there. And one more thing that is here, basically everything you want. When I push this button right here, you'll see that they are also power folding side view mirrors. Here is the remote, lock, unlock, remote start. You can open and close your power tailgate right there, and you have the panic button down here. That is a proximity key with the walk-away feature. You will have your roof rails up top. You can get the crossbars and increase your cargo space even more. One thing some people have said is that this newly redesigned Passport for the 2026 model year looks like a Bronco Sport. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. Nice large windows, easy to see out of. We're gonna find LED taillights here on the rear, a Class 3 hitch receiver. You can tow up to 5,000 pounds. You'll also find the black Passport logo here on the tailgate and the TrailSport logo, just like we saw on the front. Under the hood is the dual overhead cam version of the naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6. It makes 285 horsepower and 262 pounds-feet of torque. The torque stays the same. The horsepower goes up by 5 from the previous generation that had that VTEC engine under the hood. And it's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. You have an 18.5-gallon gas tank. How about your MPGs? 18 city, 23 highway, 20 combined, and 5 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. Your cargo capacity will come in at 41.2 to 77.7 cubic feet. You can kick your foot right there under the bumper like that. That's one of the multiple ways you can open the power tailgate and gain access to your cargo space. You can see that those rear seats are folded nice and flat. Plenty of room back here. We've got a little bit of extra storage space, not only right here behind the fender well, but right here and also over here. We're also going to have the power outlet, and the spare tire is located here underneath the floor. A little bit more space right here. And here is the walk-away feature. I'm going to just push that button and you'll notice that that's illuminated. So let's just say maybe I wanted to look at the panoramic sunroof. There it is. Or I was just gathering up whatever I needed to back here in both hands and just wanted to walk away and not have to do anything other than just do that, and the tailgate automatically closes. One of those nice little features you're going to find here with the Passport. There is no shortage of space in the interior front or rear seating areas. Plenty of room with the armrest, the upper door bin right here with the cup holders, a little bit of space back here, and even more space underneath. We'll find the orange contrast stitching, and there's another look at that panoramic sunroof. The front portion will tilt and slide open, and there is a power shade that can be drawn forward when so desired. Now, when we hop inside here, here's something nice. You've got this upper pocket right here and the more conventional seat pockets on the back of each seat. 3 zones of climate control. We have heated seats, outboard seats for the second row passengers. We definitely need to turn that from low up some because it is a little chilly outside today here in Northwest Louisiana. And all of the controls for your air conditioning. We're going to have another power outlet right there, a couple of USBs, and we'll also find the fold down armrest with the cup holders built in. Yay, Honda, you did a good job here, because these cup holders allow, no matter if there's a bottle in there or not a cup, you can use this as an armrest no matter what, as opposed to having the cup holders in the more conventional position. Now, one thing to answer, I know a lot of people ask about it, can you recline these seats? No, you can't. They do have recline built into them, but you can't adjust it. Now, one thing I do like that Honda has done here is that the middle seat belt right here is no longer up here in this area. That's always easier to deal with. You don't have to worry about connecting or disconnecting that. It stays in place at all times. And last but not least, we're also going to find the privacy shades on these doors. Let's talk about what your passenger will find in the front seat area. Tons of room once again with the armrest, the upper and the lower door bins. The only thing that's missing from the seats, they are heated and ventilated, power adjustable, but you can't raise or lower, and there's no lumbar support. Likely not a huge deal for most people. We're going to find a lot of space up here with this area. I like what Honda has done making use of that. We will also find the glove box right here with plenty of room within. The sticker price is $57,285. When you hop into the driver's seat, we'll see the animated graphics that come up on the center screen and the driver's display, as you can see right there. Very nicely done, in my opinion, as far as what Honda has done here. Now, I'm going to pull, or push, I should say, we're going to push that. Push the button right there to bring the power shade forward. Actually, you would pull that button back like this, or press it backwards to open that up. And then here is the control for opening and closing the power sunroof. Got all your other controls up here, and a sunglass holder for those who might want to know if that is present. Yes, it is. And over here on the driver's side door, at this sticker price, personally, I think you should not only have seat memory for the driver's seat, but also over there on the passenger side. That is my personal opinion. Some people may say, not a big deal. Here's that button I showed you earlier for folding your power folding side view mirrors in. You've got the controls for your side view mirrors. You can select which one you adjust. Lock and unlock. You can lock and unlock your windows, and you're going to have your one touch down and one touch up controls right there for all 4 windows. All 4 of them are one touch down and one touch up. And your driver's display, a very nice modern look, and we can go through using the scroll wheel right here and get a lot of different information. You can see what all is there, oil life, you can see the tire pressure on the previous screen. Quite a few different things here as far as information you may want to know about. Driver safety, navigation can be brought up right there if that's what you want. And we just keep going on through. You can see what you have as far as your driving range, how far you can go. And then we can go in, and all I did was push on the scroll wheel right there to get to this screen. So if we want to make adjustments, we can go to the gauge design right here and make some changes to that. If we want to go to bar minimal, for example, here's how we do that. It just depends on what you want. We can go to round minimal if we'd like to do that, if that's the look that you like. So a lot of great options, and you can see the likeness of your Passport right down there. When you turn your headlights on, the headlights come on right down there. The brake lights do as well, and so do the turn signal indicators. Hopefully that's coming on the outside of your vehicle too when you're driving. Over here we have the controls for the front and rear window wipers and everything for the headlights and taillights. You can just set that to auto if you want to. You can turn your fog lights on and off. We have our shifter paddles on the rear of the steering wheel. And adaptive cruise control is right here. Speaking of that, safety features. You have adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, road departure mitigation, traffic jam assist. It's all here. It's part of Honda Sensing. Very convenient, nice to have. Everything for controlling what you're listening to and the volume, voice commands, it's all here. Heated steering wheel. You're also going to have your TrailSport logo and some more of that orange contrast stitching here within the heated steering wheel, within the center area right there underneath, surrounding the inside portion. Here's the control for your radio. You can turn it on and off right there. Passport logo once again stamped in. And for those that don't like a 9-inch touchscreen, that say it's too small, this is 12.3 inches. And quite a bit going on here. You can go through quite a few different things over there on the right-hand side, depending on what you want to see or what you don't want to see. It just depends. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are here, as you can see right there. You can wirelessly pair your smartphone. You do have Google built in, so you're going to have all of those great features that go with that. The Play Store is here. A lot of things you can change. Now, if you want to go in and make adjustments to your vehicle, here is how you do that. Quite a few different things to go through. But one thing, you might say, wait a minute, that's the wrong color. That is not the color of the Passport that you're showing us in today's video. Well, we're going to go right here to body color. Now, keep in mind, this is only on the screen. I'm not saying this changes anything on the exterior of the vehicle. I've had people actually believe that was what I was saying in the past. Yes, you're driving on the road with those people too. Keep that in mind. All of the different colors that are available are here, so maybe you want a different color and you're saying, you know what, I like to have maybe blue is your color or whatever it may be that you like. But personally, I'm just going to leave it on, I will leave it right here, just so that maybe one of the salesmen here can show how to do that because they watched my video and they know what to do. A lot going on here. It may look complicated if this is new technology to you, but don't worry about it. It's easy to learn and use, not a problem. Now, here's something you won't find on every trim level of the Passport. This button, what happens when you push that button? You get to see your multiple camera views. I like that overhead view. We're going to have the front view. We're going to have the rear view, the side view mirrors right there. When we go into reverse, you'll get your rear view camera right there. And one other thing about the cameras is the fact that you'll also have a front camera washer. So when you run the windshield washer fluid, the front camera washer is also going to spray that stream of windshield washer fluid across the camera up there and make it easy to see if it's blocked, if it's dirty, whatever it may be. That's how you deal with that. Heated seats, also ventilated. We don't need ventilated today. It is awfully cool outside, at least for those of us living in Northwest Louisiana. If I want to sync both sides of the air conditioning here in the front, there is how I do that. We can also adjust the rear if we want to, whatever we want to do with our settings back there. There you go. Several different options. And then we'll also find some connectivity here. Here's your 12-volt power outlet, a couple of USB options, and also you're going to find your wireless charging pad. You will find a push button shifter. I know some people like it and some people don't, but that's what's here. Your power parking brake, brake hold mode. Here's where you turn the auto stop start or idle stop on or off depending on your personal preference, and hill start assist. And your drive mode selector. What are our driving modes? Let's take a quick look at those driving modes. We'll go through. We have normal. You're going to have econ. We'll also find snow mode. We're going to have trail mode. And when you bring up trail mode, your camera comes up. That's your trail cam is what that ultimately is. And that allows you to see what's going on right in front of you if you're out on the trail. And we'll continue with that. We also have sand, and we will have tow mode. And we go all the way back up to the top, and there is sport. No shortage of driving modes to choose from. And I like the design of the center console right here. Plenty of room. You can double that as an armrest. It's not just the lid for the center console, and there's a reasonable amount of space within. Very comfortable seats. You'll find the TrailSport logo only in the front headrests. Personally, I say that should be in the rear as well. And something I can't show you, but I can tell you about it, is that you have the white interior lighting, the ambient lighting, that is also here part of the TrailSport package, and the all-weather mats down there with the TrailSport logo. Before we hit the road for our test drive, one other thing I wanted to demonstrate for you is the Bose premium audio that has 12 speakers throughout the interior of this Passport. Try not to go too long on that, but I hope that gives you an idea. It definitely sounds better in person than it does through my microphone. Definitely want to check that out for yourself. And I haven't made any adjustments to make it sound better, which obviously you can do. You can tune it to your liking. And we're out on the test drive. Quick note, a couple of things I forgot to mention to you earlier in the video. Number one, you do have a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. That lever to adjust that is over on the left-hand side of the steering column. It's going to be manually adjustable, and you also have the HPD package. Now, you saw the hood decal earlier in the video. That's part of that. You're also going to have the underbody skid plating. You will find the rock sliders and the HPD logos, and that's going to cover that. An enjoyable vehicle to drive, that's for sure. A nice tight turning radius, as you just saw right there. For a midsize SUV, it definitely does a good job. It has a comfortable ride quality, and the seats themselves are comfortable. You could definitely take a nice long road trip, and everybody in the front and back seat area will be nice and comfortable for a long period of time. And while this is not a high performance vehicle by any means, it does accelerate nicely when you need it to. Seems to have enough power and torque for what it is. Nobody's expecting neck snapping performance or any kind of a hot rod, that's for sure. Although it would be interesting to have a Passport Type R. I doubt that will ever happen. Easy to see out of, but you've got all those camera views to help you out when you need to. Now, they don't stay on while you're driving. Up to a certain speed, I think it's 15 miles per hour, they will stay on. But if I push the button right there, that's what comes up, in case you were wondering. So if you wanted to know if that worked or not, there's the answer to your question. Very simple to learn and use technology. That's something I mentioned earlier in the video, so you know about that. The brake pedal and the gas pedal are easy to manage. The brake pedal feels a little soft to me, but when you need to stop, it definitely stops. It's not a problem. It's just a matter of getting used to it. That's one thing about these test drives and these car review videos. To me, it feels soft, but you might hop in here and say, Tom wasn't right. It's not soft at all. I think it feels nice and firm, very easy to adjust to. Now, it is easy to adjust to, but the thing about that, the reason I bring that up is because my daily driver is a GMC 2500, much larger vehicle, much heavier, and so the way it brakes is going to be different. And so I'm used to that. That's one of the things about doing these test drives, is that we're filtering that information through what we're used to most. Just something to think about as far as that goes. But overall, I'd say it is a very enjoyable vehicle to drive. Very manageable. It's going to fit where you need it to fit. One thing I did not show earlier in the video is the fact that you have the adjustability built into the power tailgate back there. If you need to make any adjustments to the height, depending on where you're parking, you can do that. No big deal where that's concerned. You just hold the button down. You put it in the position you want it to be in. Then you hold the button down that you would use to close it. It's on the tailgate itself. Listen for the beeps. Once those beeps sound, then you have changed that setting and you're good to go. And there it is, the 2026 Honda Passport TrailSport Elite S. As I showed you on the window sticker, yes, it is the Elite S. It is worth your consideration. Tell me what you think about this Passport and what it offers. I would like to say a special thanks to my friends at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Passport for the day so I could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Please be sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media. If you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.